Hi, Miggy. Hi, Rosie. Hi, Selena. It's Grandma. I'm going to read you a story. The Smart Cookie. The Smart Cookie. Greetings. I'm a smart cookie. I live in a bakery on a corner store near a river. Come on in. Welcome to our little community. It's a warm and supportive place to spend some time. Pretty fantastic, huh? These days, life is sweet. But my journey wasn't always a cakewalk. When I was younger, I couldn't have imagined fitting in here. For a long time, I didn't feel comfortable. Speaking up or sharing my ideas, I didn't feel like a smart cookie. I wanted to be a cookie who knew all the answers. A cookie who felt confident in a group. A cookie who said, "Aha!" when solving a puzzle, like, "Aha! I have an idea." Looking back, I had some trouble in my early days. I went to school in a gingerbread house. Our teacher, Miss Biscotti, was kind and patient. When I arrived each morning, she'd wave at me and smile. But I didn't get the best grades. And I never raised my hand because I couldn't think of the answers as fast as some of the others. And I was last to finish most tests. It wasn't because I didn't care, and it wasn't because I didn't try. Sometimes I'd get distracted and mess up, even though I knew the material. Those were the most frustrating moments of all. Once I misspelled the word dough. That was rough. Another time, I added. And I meant to subtract. Occasionally, we'd have a lesson where I had absolutely no idea what was happening. I couldn't keep up. I imagined what my desk was a raft, and then I was completely lost at sea. Because that's what it felt like. That stinks. At night, I slept in a cookie jar. I had about 6 dozen roommates. Holy crap. Move! No, you move! No, you move! Get out of the way! I'd stay awake and stare out the window and worry. And it went this way day after day after day. But then something happened that changed everything. It all started with a homework assignment. Miss Biscotti requested our attention one afternoon. "Hello, pay attention! Tonight, I would like you to create something completely original," she announced. "It can be anything you want. Please bring it to class tomorrow." That was it. There were no further instructions. Miss Biscotti winked at me as I gathered my belongings. I felt like I had a million butterflies in my stomach. Oh my gosh, can you believe it? Create anything? Holy crap. Something original due tomorrow? What, was she crazy? Oh my gosh. When I got home, I immediately went to work. At first, I tried a cooking project. The results were half-baked. Next, I tried to hammer and nail something. Splintered immediately. Then I tried making a sculpture. It was a complete bust. I wondered if I was about to fail yet another assignment. I was stuck. I couldn't figure it out. I stared out the window and watched the rain hit the river. There was something mesmerizing about the water, how it moved in such a chaotic way, swirling around and around, yet ultimately figuring out exactly where it needed to go. Aha! I had an idea. Suddenly, I had an idea. I decided to write something original. A poem. I came up with a title based on how I'd been feeling. My Crummy Day. After that, the rest of it seemed to fall into place. I wrote and I wrote And I wrote. I lost track of time. An hour went by in a flash. Aha, I said when I finished. I couldn't sleep that night, but it wasn't because I was worried. It was because I was excited. I felt like I had really accomplished something. I felt smart. The following day, Ms. Biscotti asked for volunteers to share what we'd created. One kid showed up to his original frosting art. Another kid revealed her sprinkle distribution machine. It was neat seeing how everyone was good at such different things. Finally, Miss Biscotti turned to me. Would you like to share anything? She asked. I gulped. I thought I'd probably crumble under pressure. But on my way up to the front of the classroom, I noticed my hands were shaking. My mouth went dry. Oops. This poem is called My Crummy Day, I said, my voice crackling. And then I read it aloud. As I spoke, I noticed some kids nodding at certain lines. They were getting it. Other kids laughed at parts that were supposed to be funny. As I built toward the finale, I felt myself becoming more confident and animated. And then in the end, everybody clapped and cheered. Oh, that was awesome. I promise you this, I'll never, ever forget it. Miss Biscotti was beaming. No one but you could have written that poem, she said. It was completely original. Aha! I had done it. I created something and shared it with the world. Well, my world at least. The rest of the day was a blur. By recess, I was already planning my next poem. I would call it My Sweet Morning. Aha! I thought when I came up with the title. I'm so smart. Later that afternoon, Miss Biscotti handed me a note. It said that I should keep on writing no matter what. That meant so much to me. School's a bit different after that. I wasn't so scared to raise my hand and ask a question or share my work. Sure, some things still don't come as easily for me as they do for others. But now I know that you can be smart in many different ways. You don't have to have the answers to every question or suddenly be great at everything all at once. You just need a chance to try all kinds of things to find out who you are and what you like to do. As for me, I learned that I can write and I can think up great ideas. And I found plenty of other things I'm good at too. I no longer feel lost at sea. It's more like floating down a river. And the best part is, there's always more to learn because we're all smart cookies. We're all smart cookies, just like my Mickey and Rosie and Selena.